scene, and they try to do this a lot. They're putting my man Burna Boy black against black. They got Burna Boy supposedly going against black Americans now. And basically people feel like he's appropriating. He's Nigerian, if you don't know. They claim he's appropriating some of, black culture, right? Or U.S. black culture, while previously he denounced black culture because he said, I think he had said American blacks don't have culture. I forgot the exact wordage, but we're going to get to it. So people didn't like when he essentially did the moonwalk on, what's this guy's name? I forgot what this name. Oh, Jimmy Fallon. And he said it's called the Afro Moonwalk. Let me see if I can get the audio. No audio? Oh, I guess I can't get the audio. Anyway, I'll just go on YouTube. Burna Boy, Jimmy Fallon. And people have been really upset about this recently. So here we go.
So I was trying to come up with a name and all.
So based on this, a lot of people were pointing out, they're like, wait, didn't Usher do this shit? Didn't other people do this shit? Ain't this MC Hammer? And basically they're saying, how did this African motherfucker just come out of the blue talk about he's making up the Afro moonwalk when this has been such a part of just hip hop culture and black culture combined? You get what I mean? Like breakdancing and all that shit. Like it's always been here, right? That then turned into other discussions, right? For example, this. He previewed a new song. Now, quickly, people start saying, wait, hold up a minute. Didn't you say black people don't got no culture? Why are you sampling black music then, in terms of hip hop? And why the fuck is you wearing these big ass Timbs? Ain't that like some New York culture shit? So people are kind of like, yo, what's up? You're going to hear what some of these people say here. Let me see. Somebody says, Burna Boy, black people have no culture. Then he says, Burna Boy wears unsanctioned Timbs, woo wear, while sampling American music. This has 34,000 likes, okay? Then there's somebody else. Let me see what this person said. This person said, I'm asking this with no shade, but are there any styles or trends in Nigeria that are new, authentic, and culturally Nigerian? He's very early in his career to be repeating the same American references over and over. Okay? So again, the conversation is happening. I've seen people on Twitter talking about it. And let me see if I can go back to it. Burna Boy, Black Americans, no culture. Let me see if I can find those. I gotta find, there was a video of him talking about it. But I guess people are critical. Oh, this was where he said it. People are critical of him saying that. Keep in mind, his recent song, he got 21 Savage on the sample. Right? Sitting on top of the world. In Big 7, he's utilizing a lot of imagery that has to do with black culture here in the United States, but they all remember when he said this.
So I'm here with a man himself, the African giant Burna Boy, and I want to ask you, why is it important that the diaspora come home?
You know why? Okay, let's use America for example, right? Because we can use anywhere.
Yeah.
But let's just use America, right? Why do you think the Chinese American, has their respect, and they don't go through the things that African Americans go through? Even though they might go through their struggles, I'm not taking anything away from them, but they don't go through what the African American goes through. You know why? Because the Chinese American has a base. He actually knows where he's from in China.
Right. And they have support from the Chinese government.
You understand? Like the Italian American.
They have Italy.
They know where their grandparents came from in Italy before. They know the first.
Okay. I think it's not the full video. Eventually went on to just say African Americans, and he did say through slavery, don't really know where they're from, and lacks some of those things that connect them back to the home base of Africa. He further
Is he
clarified.
lying though? He's not lying.
Well, hold on. No, he further tried to clarify by saying it's sad to see that in 2023. And by the way, let me see. I gotta find the full comments. Burna Boy, African. I want to find the full comments. I remember Tariq Nasheed was tight. Can I find it? I played it on here before. Oh, I can't find it. Fuck it. It's probably on one of my videos. There's a I'm like searching through my old video trying to find this shit. Oh, maybe I didn't. Whatever. Anyway, he did try to clean up. He said, Saturday in 2023, that there are still such black people who would prefer we say divide and conquer, and maybe it's my accent or something. I never said you're African and not American. I also didn't say that Africa is part of heaven. You deserve all the land and reparations you want from America, and I'm 100% in support of that. All I ever done was try to make you understand that you have Africa too that loves you. And I believe coming together as brothers and sisters is the only way forward for U.S. black people or us black people worldwide. You work against the progress of our people worldwide if your goal is to keep us divided. Truthfully, and I don't know, and I guess maybe I'm glad that you guys are on here. Maybe you guys could be the foil to like what I'm gonna say. I'm Jamaican, right? So clearly I look at things a little bit differently. Hold on, let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find those comments.
Which comments again?
It's a
So I'm here with
Italian American
okay, hero.
to come to America to start that line that made them Italian American. They know. You understand what I'm saying? And same goes for everyone else except the African American. You understand what I'm saying to you? So how can an African American and an Italian American be on the same field when how do I put this in a nice politically correct way?
Okay, even that wasn't the longest. But yeah.
so
Okay. Anyway. So anyway, people who are African Americans within the United States have been upset because they feel that Burna Boy dissed them. They feel like Burna Boy is trying to say they're cultureless and basically like they should return home to Africa. Now, this is what people who are just African Americans in the U.S. say. They're like, well, number one, we were slaves here for 400 years. We don't really know where we're from because we were robbed of that. And basically, we have developed our culture here. And yes, we are connected to Africa, but the semblance that we should abandon here and just come back to Africa, y'all niggas don't want us there. We don't got nothing there. So what the fuck y'all talking about? So there's been a lot of criticism there. Me, where I fall on the matter is this is the same type of division that happens among black people all the time. I see it a lot with U.S. Americans and Jamaicans. You get what I mean? And I see it on both sides because there are Jamaicans who will come over here. Shit, I'm one of them. And shit, we all blend as black people, but at times people, you'll get the people who, like, for example, Tariq Nasheed, he's talking about, oh, well, because your lineage isn't from slavery here, you're not equal to us black people in our plight, and we deserve reparations, and y'all, like, all type of stuff. But also, us Jamaicans, we look at shit like, well, because we come from a country where, at least when I was there, everybody that was in power has our same skin complexions. We don't have certain type of things mentally that's holding us back. We don't live in this idea of racism that's keeping us back. We're just usually trained to go. I just see it as sad overall. Whether you're from Nigeria, you're from Jamaica, you're from Zimbabwe, you're from any of the places in the diaspora where black people have gone, whether by choice or a lot of times not by choice. I think once we get to common ground, we start having these petty arguments. Burna Boy is a phenomenal artist. Yes, he's an African artist. And if anything, I am encouraged when I see that he comes to the United States and he's been here a lot more. And rather than walking around like he's dressing like motherfucking, what do you call it again? Like coming to America, he embraces some of the culture here and he incorporates in his music just like he definitely does with dancehall and reggae culture when he went to Jamaica. And shit, he did a concert in Jamaica where he admitted that. I'm actually proud of him for doing that. Now, clearly, I think his statement didn't make for the best thing in people accepting that because he kind of, you can't shit on African Americans and say they have no culture. I think African Americans have probably done the most with the least in terms of cultural cultural effect.
Don't we got the highest cultural impact since we infected his culture if he want to dress up like niggas from New York?
Yeah, no, I agree. And again, I don't think he's trying to double back on those comments, but I think that's why people are getting upset at him because they still remember him basically saying African Americans don't got no culture. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I believe African American culture is the most popular culture in the world, which is, just hip hop and all the urban stuff associated with it that the world has either emulated or tried to like do it their own way. So again, he might have to like kind of double back on that comment and just kind of, I don't know if it's necessarily apologize, but he should let it be known that you weren't dissing African Americans because we're really all one people. Like we just kind of have different backgrounds and different traditions. Like what would I be if I was just a Jamaican boy? I was living in the countryside of Jamaica, like we didn't even have a computer in the crib. You know what I mean? Like there was only computers at the local school. So again, where would I be if I didn't come here? If I didn't capitalize off American culture? And I think it's also vice versa in a lot of realms. I hate people how they try to make it one versus the other. African American culture has benefited from other cultures as well too. So I think it's something that's kind of fluid, and I don't think either or is better than either or. Like for example, I love the fact that Burna Boy is a very proud Nigerian. I'm a proud Jamaican, and if someone was a native or FBA, if you want to call it that, if you're from Louisiana and all everybody in your history you could trace to being here, I think you should be proud of that too. I don't think one makes us better than the other. You get what I mean? And I think we can't use what we do against white people against ourselves.
Hey, the build on what you were saying, I feel like the African American people in the South, we're more in tune with like our ancestors from slavery compared to like the black people from up north.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And
that's
out west.
crazy.
What?
No, Kyrie can second that because like if you're from the South and stuff, you understand like your Gullah Geechee roots. You understand that. You understand like even like the people from Louisiana, they understand that stuff.
Yeah, like there's different dialects in the South that are like, again, a lot of the slave trade that happened in the South. There's a lot more, like for instance, like in South Carolina, if you Geechee Gullah, your speaking pattern is going to be very similar to Patois or Creole. You know what I'm saying? So is American Black heritage. I think it's just when you're from overseas and you never really been in America like that, you don't really realize how vast America is. You don't know that you can go from like South Carolina to Florida and people talk and move completely different.
Yo,
You know
and by the way,
like,
on an anecdotal level, I know so many like just African Americans that anytime they say they go into a reunion, they go down to the Carolinas or somewhere because that's really where they could track the majority of their family and a lineage there. So I would probably think that in the South, it's probably easier to track like your lineage. I could be wrong, but it's like I don't see people saying I'm going up to New York for the family reunion. I usually hear people saying they're going down south.
Yeah. Well, I will say though, question: how much time did Burna Boy spend in America before he blew up.
Well, he's always been here, kind of like, creating music and like kind of experiencing culture. I won't say necessarily all the way living, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Every great musician is usually a sponge. Like, he's taken from, and I don't consider, that's why I said, I hate that us black people are acting like other black people is stealing from black people. Like, we can't steal from ourselves. You get what I mean? And it's one thing if we're like, cultural appropriation, if it's white people doing it to black culture, because there was a time where white people used to look at black culture as very beneath them, right? And we used to almost make it outlawed to have black culture, period. But if I see a guy from Nigeria come to the United States and he's indulging in African American culture, which might be hip hop or other things, depending on what you might call African American culture, I don't think that motherfucker's appropriating it. Him wearing Timbs, him kind of like fusing what he's doing now. He's genre fusing. He's fusing, which, by the way, we don't get mad at Travis Scott for doing it or Kanye for doing genre blended. He's blending hip hop with a kind of style of Afro beats. I think that's great.
I don't think it's not even that much blended. I think it's just black music for me. But also, you know what I think though? I think ever since Ebro said that, labels are moving towards Latin and African music, I kind of had a feeling it was going to, at some point, we're going to turn on the Africans after Ebro said that.
Yeah, shit is crazy. That nigga ain't doing nothing wrong. Like,
Duke Deuce.
And why wouldn't niggas want to go back to Africa?
The Afro moonwalk is wild.
All right, that's crazy, but I'm just saying, like, if niggas is from Africa, why wouldn't niggas want to go to Africa?
Duke Deuce been on the gram tight as a motherfucker. He posted it, and I believe he's on QC. He posted the Afro, the Burna Boy clip on Jimmy Fallon. He says, y'all starting to piss me off now. And then he posted another thing, and he says, Memphians or Memphians have been teaching y'all the culture for years on y'all land. Like I said, shout out to Lil Buck Legend. And let me see what else. Then he posted a video of him doing a dance.
Money still pallet, I'm a hoarder. TRX trucks transformer. Exotic bitch, she a foreigner. Rockstar, I'm a true performer. Crosstar, I'm a true performer. And I keep sticks like a drama. Sacrifice made for my daughter. Money still pallet, I'm a hoarder.
You know what?
For one, that's not even the shit Burna Boy doing.
No. He did hit the moonwalk a little bit.
Yeah, but nigga, that's not. For one, he didn't start this shit. We just seen MC Hammer do it and Usher do it. What's the point of you even posting this?
I guess he's saying that Memphis niggas been doing that.
Nigga, Usher did it. He ain't from Memphis. So MC Hammer ain't from Memphis.
So in reality, I think people just have a problem with him calling it the Afro moonwalk. You hear what I mean?
I suppose, yeah. That's just pussy, bro. Niggas are
like I think people are taking aim at him to be like, yo, bro, you're not gonna come to America like Christopher Columbus and act like Nigeria is bringing us culture. Like, black people, we already got shit. Mad niggas done did it. Don't just come over here and be like, oh, this the Afro moonwalk. Nigga, we all know the fucking moonwalk.
I think we got bigger problems than trying to beef with Burna Boy.
Well,
my question is, how long before we get a Soulja Boy clip of him doing the moonwalk first?
Shit. Probably exists.
You get out the way.
It's just a fucking moonwalk, man.
Oh, wait, I know Deuce be dancing and shit.
Oh, no, that nigga be getting out.
Oh, word?
What?
That's you that every video.
What the fuck? There's another video.
They start putting his shit in movies and start calling the Afro moonwalk, then yeah, it's a problem. But nigga, Jimmy Fallon, nobody give a fuck about this shit.
Okay, but what about this article? It says niggas ain't like that. He sampled Jeremiah.
Okay, he grew up sampling Tony Braxton,
bro.
Yeah, he did sample Tony Braxton too, right?
Yeah, and bro, let's keep it a bean. All these fucking rappers, they sampling. Well, I don't want to make a race thing, but they sampling white nigga shit. They sampling all other type of shit. It's a sample, bro. Nigga, the fuck.
How is it bad that he putting money in their pocket?
Yeah,
how is it bad?
And he's showing love to black culture by like sampling a song from a black American artist.
Niggas is
If he really
crazy,
didn't give
bro.
a fuck, he wouldn't do it at all. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro.
Here's some comments. Some people like, yo, how come his music is African American artists samples and he dressed like them? He dressed like us, but he tell us we don't got no culture and we need to reconnect with Africa. This don't look very African to me. I'm confused. Somebody says, but black people don't have no culture or know where they're coming from? Says the man who samples black American music.
We don't, bro. We don't know where we come from, bro. Like, how is that wrong, bro?
You know what?
They got a point. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, bro, like, what's really going on here? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where my fucking ancestors is from. Boom, you know where your ancestors from?
I'm from Somalia, bro. They didn't tell you that yet.
Kyrie, you know where your ancestors from?
I gotta do that 23andMe.
Niggas don't know where their ancestors from, bro. This nigga's not saying nothing wrong, bro.
It's like they basically trying to gatekeep samples now. That's what we doing.
They
From
crazy.
other black niggas.
Honestly, y'all, it's just motherfuckers hating because most people probably can't two-step. They two-step off. They can't dance to Afrobeat, so they hate on it. It's very simple, bro.
All right.
So,
hey,